Shit, that's like being a young nigga from the hood.
Okay, so how many brothers and sisters you have?
I got one brother. He in the county for a hot one right now.
You talking about Treyway?
Nah, that ain't my brother.
So he's not technically your brother. I thought he was your brother.
Nah, that ain't my brother.
Oh, okay.
Nah, that's my boy though. We logged in, but that ain't my brother.
But you guys been around each other for so long that
it's like
basically brother status?
Like 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you always had both parents around?
I had my mom around, my dad in and out.
Okay.
Like going back and forth to each other.
And what kind of stuff were you getting in trouble that had them like move you to a different school out of Compton and everything?
Really, it's the fighting thing. I got an addiction to fighting. I don't know. I was growing up as a kid, or like with my dad in and out of jail, I had to deal with stuff like that, like anger, animosity. So I had to learn how to defend myself, and from there it just became an addiction.
So you think your dad being locked up was like the root of you having a lot of anger that led to you fighting?
Yeah.
Interesting. What age did your dad get locked up?
Well, since I was 2, he got locked up so many times, just numerous times.
That's interesting because I don't hear a lot of people be honest about the fact that their dad being locked up them up mentally as they get older.
Yeah, like.
It's because you use a lot of people for the content, and they be saying a lot of shit for content, you feel me? So, of course, they're not gonna, like, admit that it fucked them up. They're gonna be like, yeah, it made me the man who I am today. He's telling you his truth, and, like, you know, Adam's not used to hearing that truth, and everybody who's been around anywhere, you feel me, from any hood, from any set, you know that that's the truth, you feel me? This shit happens. You're the product of your environment, you feel me? So the fact is that it fucked him up right now mentally. It kind of explains probably what was going on in his head at the time. We'll let him talk and we'll see what he says.
While I was in jail, I was like, I had to sit down and think about it. Like, I was just fighting everybody, just doing dumb stuff, breaking shit, smoking, popping bars, all type of shit. Just basically think like this end of the road, like I'm finna crash out. But then it comes from like, I had to think like, damn, my brother just went to jail for murder 3 months after me. My dad done been like, this shit is like it's in my blood, like all this anger that we got. It's just.
So if I had asked you throughout your teenage years and shit what you saw for yourself in terms of a future, you wouldn't have really been able to say that you saw much of a future for yourself?
I seen the future. I just don't know what.
It wasn't a positive future?
No, it was positive. I just couldn't, like, it wasn't no set goal, like, this I want to be in the future. It's just like, in the future I'm going to be something.
Definitely.
That's what my mindset. My dad always told me, like, I have to be something. So, they really didn't give me no choice.
And what do you think he meant by that in terms of what kind of person he wanted you to be?
He really wanted me to be like a nerdy type, but after, I used to get bullied as a kid, so after that bullying stage and I got out of it, then that's when I just became blocstar.
You kind of just like overcompensated for the fact that you were kind of nerdy as a kid to basically act out?
Yeah, basically.
So what kind of fights were you getting into? Like, what was the root of most of them?
Gang fights, females, just everything. I'm kind of disrespectful whenever it comes to men, but like women, I don't disrespect women, but as in men, I don't really like being around so many men. So I get like, end up starting it, not intentionally, I just get irritated and start reacting, and then essentially lead up to a fight. Or I'll just get off from you, honestly.
Right.
I get tired of talking. What's going to happen?
So did you get locked up while you were in high school, or?
I got locked up so many times.
What kind of stuff? Mostly fighting?
I got locked up my first time ever going to jail. I got locked up for attempt and assault. I got out. They released me like 7 months. I beat both cases. And then...
So you were how old when an attempted murder charge?
I was like 13, 14.
What happened in that situation?
gangbanging.
Really? Wow.
That's come with it.
So was that kind of like something that was absolutely around you your whole childhood?
My whole childhood, yeah.
It was always in your face?
Yeah, drug dealing, gangbanging, prostitutes, stuff like that. That's always been the environment I grew up in. I never knew nothing else.
And so it's only as you get older that you start to realize that shit's kind of unique and that most people don't grow up around that?
It's like once I get older, it's not that I see like it's most people don't grow up like that. It's just as I get older, I start noticing like the stuff that we go through, like the stuff that we went through as kids, don't determine what we'll be in the future. Like it's all depends on you.
That's a fact. So it was always kind of written in stone that you were going to be from Hoover, or was there ever a chance you'd be from somewhere else?
My dad, all my family, they from Antis Park, Westside Mount Paru, Campanella Park. That's where my family from. I was originally supposed to be a blood, but I just wasn't.
Damn, guys, you went to a whole other card. That's crazy. Sometimes it happens like that, though. You feel me?
Too much into following my family footsteps. I let off my own way.
So who was around you that took you down the Hoover route?
It was my big slap. He in jail for murder too right now. He showed me around, took care of me, made sure I was straight, always had money in my pockets, showed me how to make money, stuff that, like, growing up in the hood, I had to learn, had to figure it out.
And so how did your family react when they realized you were going to be flying a different flag than them?
My mom, when she found out I was gangbanging, she called the police on me. I ran away. For like 2-3 days. After that, came back. She talked to me, and then she canceled every holiday for I think 2-3 years. Every single holiday. Like I wouldn't get shit. My dad, once he got out, he took off from me. And we just ended up fighting.
But there was never a part of you that considered not being from there?
It's a part of me that was like, do I really want this for myself? Like, am I ready for what I signed up for? But then, I'm like, if he could do it, I could do it.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing how much your parents rejected it like that's crazy to just know that it was that important to them. Because I talked to a lot of people who it seems like they want their kid to not be from a gang or whatever, but once it happens, they don't really go that crazy trying to stop it.
Once like a mom get used to it, seeing around it, and like she gotta do nothing but accept it. Like this your life. It's either you could like not fuck with your son, or you could accept the fact that he gangbang down there. Everybody in LA gangbang. It's like I don't know. It's like a poison in the city. Once you grow up, start going to these schools, it's mandatory you're going to be from a hood. It's very few, like 10% that don't gangbang. But down there, everybody that's in LA, down there gangbang, associate, hang around, same shit.
When you say it's a poison, what makes you say that, and when did you start to realize that?
What I mean as a poison, like, example, like candy is addictive, right? So basically it's like addictive poison, like we addicted to it, we like it, but it slowly brings us down. Like me, my record is trashed. Like I didn't try everything. Like I didn't went to college. I didn't all types of like I didn't went to trucking school. All etc. And it's just like it's some limits to a lot of things I could be in life because of the choices I made as a kid. And I wasn't fully developed. I really wasn't fully developed to make choices. It was more of I can't say peer pressures. It was more of like a joy. It was like a joy. It's a joy to make money and do the things we do and come back and get recognized. Like, since I always got bullied and never been the center of attention, start doing what I did and becoming the center of attention, that's my poison right there. I became addicted to it, and it led to my downfall.
Yeah, like in the hood, I always hear people say there's only really like 2 ways to get respect, which is violence and going to prison. And then I guess a tiny percentage of people are able to like make it through music or entertainment or college or whatever. Would you agree with that?
You don't get no respect for no music. you get respect from how you carry yourself, your demeanor. Like, it's people from every hood that never went to jail, never committed no violence, but at the same time, and people always stand ground. Like, they never let nobody talk to no type of way. They always stick up for themselves. They never been like, have no smell in their name. They just, they from over, they from there, they from there. We gonna leave them alone. As long as if you gotta be doing something like making money. But you gotta pick something in between this shit. Like, we got all types of shit. We got parents, gang members, drug dealers. Pick if you want to game bang and be something like, you can do that. Make the set more noticeable in other places, other areas. Like, we don't have a problem with that. We support that. As you seen the other day, my boys came. My boys, they came support. Feel me? We support anything people are trying to do to bring our community to grow into something better, and not just what we see every day. So I've been seeing my whole life.
But your perspective on gangbang is that there may be like a negative side to it. You call it a poison, but then there's also like a positive side where everybody's trying to support each other and help them win.
It's a positive side. It's a family. It's a family. Like, it's just a different type of bond between blood and the people that really have your back. Because some of your blood family ain't gonna do nothing for you. I know if something happens to me today, I know somebody's gonna do something for me.
Right. Do you think being from Hoover is way different than being from a lot of other hoods in LA? Like, you hear a lot, like, Hoover's the most hated hood, has the most issues with people.
I mean, I've been around a lot of hoods in different situations. I've seen different politics, different everything. So, every hood is different. I feel like our hood, it's just more, we on our own shit. Like, we don't want to be around people. We don't want to click up with niggas. We want to gang bang. Like, we chose this to take over. We didn't choose this to be friends with you niggas. We chose this to take over. Like, we want to own all this shit. Like, we want this to be ours. So it's like, that's like the biggest difference between us and a lot of hoods. We want everything. They just want to keep their section under control. I want to keep I want everything to be mine and keep it under control into a positive way where it's not no violence going on.
So you're into expansion.
Yeah, basically.
Is that still the mentality right now, or
that's the mentality I came up with since I've been in jail. Sitting there, really sitting in there. It really hit me like my last year up in there. It just hit me like.
See, I don't know if I could really fault him if he was a kid and then he learned from his mistake. He's saying he has a whole different perspective. R.I.P. Pop Smoke. I think the weird one here is Adam. Adam, bro, like, I don't think you go back to New York after this. Honestly, that shit crazy. They might send Joe Budden after your ass. Imagine Joe running up on Adam. That would be the craziest fight ever. Joe in some house shoes, and then Adam some flip-flops. That shit crazy.
Man, I'm not getting nowhere doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna stay right here with a whole bunch of niggas. Like, so from there, I came up with a plan. I came up with multiple plans. And once I got out, I just started to see which one worked.
So my question is, like, from your perspective, when you were gangbanging in high school and shit, did it feel like you were just a bunch of young kids doing it, or did it feel like there was older dudes that were able to give you guys orders or tell you about different stuff they wanted you to do, or was it really just the kids running shit?
I mean, it depends on who you all are. Me, for example, nobody ever told me go do nothing. I don't know why, but ain't nobody, and if somebody do, they know I'm not finna listen to them. Like, who the talking to? You go do it. Or come with me to go do it. That's the best line. Come with me, come do it. Everything else, no reason to talk to me if you're not finna come with me, come do anything.
But the young dudes with like a weaker spirit would get kind of suckered into doing.
Yeah, it'd be the weak ones. It'd be the too hyper ones, the ones that like to prove shit to everybody. So it's like that, or I feel like they're going out like they worry about what the next person think. Like, I ain't never worried. Well,
I know a lot of homies like that like are real good homies, and they're locked up right now because they want to prove something to somebody, and they want to crash out and prove something to somebody at a young age, and now they locked up for either a life sentence, death row, or they locked up for some time, and they ain't gonna come back until like they in their like late 30s. You feel me? And like early 40s. You feel me? Some of them are in life and for life. So it's like, yeah, I could see where the hyper ones wanted to go do something, but they the ones probably dead or locked up right now. And like that shit crazy. But that's what he's talking about. I'm trying to see when he gets to the part where he talks about the Pop Smoke situation. He's just going through his story right now, going through where he's from. He's from Hoover out here. You feel me? They're criminals. They're not Crips or Bloods. They're criminals. So if y'all not from LA, then it just means they're EBK. They're everybody killers. They're against everybody. They don't give a fuck you Blood or Crip. Like if they fuck with you, they fuck with you. If they don't, they don't, and that's that.
I used to worry about what the next person think, and for what? I don't care.
Did you find it kind of intoxicating when you were having people give you respect at a young age for what you were willing to do and everything? Did that kind of infect your mind?
Yeah, it made me feel unstoppable. Like, I used to do a lot of crazy shit that I really should have been dead for.
Really?
Like, I got lucky. I can't say luck, but it just wasn't my time.
So you have a lot of different incidents in your mind where you're like, damn, I can't believe I made it out of that?
A lot. Down there every day.
Damn, like to this day, like still lifestyle like that?
To this day, probably not every day now, but every other couple days. Like, even before this all blew up. So that's why, like, as y'all see, like, on Facebook, I don't mind coming up here speaking. I don't mind coming to, for what I go through this shit every day. This shit, not nothing like, I ain't new to, I'm from Hoover.
So jail don't really help? Because, like, a lot of people say that jail is like rehabilitation.
Jail make you worse. I don't care if nobody say jail make you worse. Being in a one box, a big box with multiple cells, stuck in there with all niggas for you don't know how long, enemies, niggas that's weird, like it's all you get. It's like 10 emotions you dealing with, like 20 emotions you dealing with all at once. Cause you watching everybody, you gotta watch how people move, you gotta learn how people move. Yeah. You gotta, cause like shit pop off any moment. People face expressions just change, and you gotta catch on to it. You don't catch on to it, like it's gonna be bad. So yeah, like that jail, they don't help. It makes you more mad, it makes you more angry.
So you got locked up a bunch of times throughout high school before this most recent bit?
At least like 10 times.
And your first one, you said you was for like another murder charge.
It was a attempt.
Attempt murder. Yeah. And what about some of the other charges that you got charged with, like
assault, robbery, burglary?
So you were taking shit more often than not.
Yeah, that's how I know how to get money. That's how I learned. That's what, like, somebody taught me that. That's the only thing I knew. I was too young to get a job. I'm tired of living.
And how old are you right now?
I'm 21.
21. So what age do you feel like you essentially like jumped off the porch?
I'm like 15. I started gaming at like the end of my end of me being 13. And I officially like full-fledged with it. Like just like whatever happens. Like 15.
And that's when you started racking up all those different cases at that age? Or
it's not me racking up the cases, it's just me like doing shit, like just me trying to figure stuff out every day, daily basis. Like, I don't know, I don't like to be broke. That's not mine. I like to do stuff. I like to be able to just spend money. So that was the fastest, easiest way I knew.
Yeah.
So he was a stick-up kid. Back in the day, some shit, when you're in situations, you want to provide and you want to get your own money. You don't want to keep on asking your mom or dad. You start doing shit. I ain't gonna say, never mind. I'm gonna stop talking, but I understand what you're saying. But the worst thing you could do is take somebody else's hard work money and then use it for yourself. When you didn't work for it, you just went up to them and robbed them. You feel me? And that's some dirty activities right there. I ain't gonna hold you. But there's a lot of people that do that shit right now. Like, there's a lot of that shit people that did that shit back then, still till this day. Hey, get it how you get it. You feel me? And try to survive. But that ain't my cup of tea right there. You feel me?
I ain't have no father in my ear telling me like, this is how you. Well, my father showed me ways to get money and stuff, trying to keep me away from it. But he just laid it out for me and just like, start making your money.